Hi guys, I'm Danger Gen Vex and welcome back to the second part of the beautiful bunker house build. So I was sitting here thinking about, because I'd done the living room on a whim in the first video after, building this thing was really random. So I spent some time thinking about how I wanted to divide up the interior rooms before I started recording this video. And I decided that I would I had a general idea. And the main idea was this long hallway, which you guys can see taking shape there. But that was the most that I had. And after that, it was like, okay, I know I want a dining room and a kitchen, 2 bedrooms, a gym area because you're underground, you're trapped. It's the apocalypse. Who knows how long you're going to be here? I don't know. So I had an idea of the kind of like the amount of rooms that I'd need to put in. But other than that, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do with the interior. I actually did a bunker build before, but I did it in that very, almost typical 50s kind of style, which was more appropriate, Cold War and that kind of thing, that kind of era. Well, that was longer ago, I think. Whatever. Okay, I'm not in my wow, I am so tongue-tied right now. My head is not in the right place for history at the moment. So this one, you guys can find that on my gallery page. But for this one, I didn't want to go back to, that kind of 50s style. But at the same time, I wanted it to be very homey, not the kind of cold, modern design that I often do. So very homey, not quite classic, old style, but not quite completely modern. Just, comfortable, cozy, the type of place where you could actually, be okay if you had to spend the better part of the next 30 or 40 or, X amount of years living underground only in this area. Which is why, I did the whole kind of fake view, fake outside kind of thing. It's actually interesting. Well, to me, it's interesting. You guys might not give a rat's bottom. But the reason I got so interested in, comfortable bunkers, it was 2 reasons. The first one was actually, I think it's a bunker house in, I think it's Nevada, somewhere in Nevada. Back when people were still, going completely crazy about, oh no, the bombs might drop, save us, blah, blah, blah. Some people really went whacked out with their house designs or with their precautions, which I suppose is probably something I would have done too, being me. But we're not talking about me right now. We're talking about those people. So this family or this guy, I don't know, he was completely determined or convinced that it was all going to happen, and he built this beautiful bunker, Cold War bunker that was a gorgeous house with a fake outside and view, and it was this beautiful house that you could almost believed was actually outside. I mean, he even had a thing that made, when it simulated nighttime, it looked like there were stars out. I would like to live there just in general, never mind an apocalypse. But, it wouldn't hurt to be prepared. Anyway, so that was the first part of what, got me started in trying underground house builds in The Sims. The second thing was, it's silly, but it's an old movie. I can't even remember the name of it right now. But it's with Brendan Fraser when he was still hot and young. Not the mummy hot, but hot enough. And he was this, his family got Christopher Walken as his dad. I don't know who portrayed his mum. And his dad is paranoid about the Cold War and about the apocalypse and everything. So he has this bunker build, and then there's like this mini quake or something. I can't quite remember, but anyway, he's convinced that the bombs The bombs are dropping, so he gets his pregnant wife and himself down into the bunker, and just as he's closing up the bunker, a plane crashes into their house, a fighter plane, but he thinks it means the bombs dropped, you know, and that the apocalypse officially started, and he seals them in for 30 years with their unborn son. And he did a similar kind of thing. He recreated their house, their above ground house, exactly underground. And that's kind of where this whole thing came out. And I'm kind of rambling now. I've done the kitchen. I think I've done the storage room as well. I don't know. I wasn't paying that close attention. I must have. I hope I did. You know, the little storage room next to the kitchen? I figured if you're going to live in a bunker, at some point you're going to get sick and tired of vegetables. At least I am. So you have an aquarium there to kind of, I don't know, keep fish that you might want to eat later. I also wasn't quite sure what to do with this room. I mean, you kind of have to take into account that if a family comes to live here, they might come with toddlers, they might come, you know, babies, infants, toddlers, teens. So the second room is kind of meant to cater to almost like any eventuality. It has, 2 separate adult beds in there because you don't know how long you might be trapped down there. So, you know, the brothers or the brother and the sister or whatever might have to end up sharing rooms, or you could always convert one of the other rooms if you like, you know, if you're going to be stuck down there for a very, very, very long time. I fiddled around with a lot of the decoration and some of the placement and everything. I don't know, because of there were some odd shapes. There was just no getting over that, especially with the hallway that I'd put in and, you know, the divvying up of the rooms. And I didn't really want to waste space, although that is something I tend to do a lot, I've noticed. I waste so much space. I heard one of my favorite, Sims channels, the guys, said like he spent 4 hours doing the interior decoration for the place, which is the longest he usually does on a place. And for a few seconds, I just had to sit there, kind of gaping, because he's like, he feels 4 hours is too long. That seems to be like my standard. If I get under 4 hours for an interior decoration job, I feel lucky. Not like, I've run long. I feel lucky if I get under 4 hours. Obviously, I squeeze it down quite a bit for you guys. But as most of you've probably noticed by now, I have a little problem with details. I do. I just can't help myself. Like, you have your little study area here right now. And yet, I couldn't resist putting up these screens, and using different kinds of computers. I think I swap out the standard ones I use there. Right now, I'm literally just plopping down the basic stuff. I'm not doing any kind of decorating in the rooms, really, or doing any of the finer work. I am quite literally just putting down the furniture in the rooms, because I was already starting to feel like this was going on too long. I was starting to push my luck, and I really wanted to finish it in this video. So I was just putting down stuff, getting the general room feel of the rooms, and I figured, once I'd done that, then I'd go back and, do the finer decorating and make with the nice and the whatever and the stuffies. On a side note, I did do a little something different with the ending this time, and I hope you guys like it, because I didn't really talk. I don't do for this video, you'll notice, I don't do my standard outro or anything. So I'm just going to ask you right now, and I hope that you hear me. But just remember to leave a like if you enjoy this whole thing, okay? Leave a like, leave a love, share the video, sharing is caring, etc. Blah, blah, blah. The world is wonderful. Oh, I decided to activate my mods on Sims again, just on a whim. It also reminded me why I had my mods turned off, because I have so many of them. The game takes forever to load. I have almost 3,000 mods enabled in my game. Yeah. But I did it mainly because I wanted to see this dream house that I'm often talking about. I wanted to see it again in all its beautiful glory. And it is beautiful. Like, I must have missed a couple of mods somewhere because not everything showed up, but it was still gorgeous. Yeah, you can literally just see me fiddling with stuff. I'm just putting stuff in and going, okay, this should go here, this should go there. I almost got caught in the trap of doing too much decorating. When I was doing the kids' twins room thing. But then I managed to get myself over it and move on. So there you can see with the grandfather clock that I did, put in just a bit ago. It again makes us this kind of classical meets not classical feel that I'm working on. And I don't know, I think it kind of works out well with the house, especially since a lot of it is in these kind of peaceful colors. I was literally sitting here thinking, okay, if I'm going to be trapped underground for, X amount of time, I would prefer to, be somewhere that even the decor is specifically designed to keep you calm and relaxed and, breathing normally and easily and all those other wonderful things. But, yeah. This is me now. I'm just putting down like the little meditation area. That is literally how I decided what to put in here and what not to. Because I know there's probably a lot of stuff that I didn't put in. I mean, a musician would hate this house. The guitar that I tossed in later was kind of like an afterthought. There you can see me putting in the aquarium in the little storage room. It is quite literally meant to be, it's not meant to be a decoration. A lot of this house isn't exactly meant to be functional. I mean, everything is functional, but some of it is just, for interest's sake. Like those screens that I put into the study area. I mean, who needs 3 TVs in odd locations in a study? But I put them in because I was like, okay, maybe they have like a security system, monitoring the entrance to the bunker. Maybe you've got data that you need to monitor. Like the amount of fresh water that you've got left, that all the systems are running the way that they should, blah, blah, blah. So it's, it's all imagination. It's not really function. It's automation. Automation? No, imagination. What the hell? Here I'm just, again, just putting stuff down in the fake outside swimming area. I did stick in, there you see me sticking in the bar. Because, come on, nobody is going to be trapped underground that long without needing a copious amount of booze. So I'm pretty sure there's a storeroom around here somewhere, a hidden storeroom. I didn't put it in. I thought about it, but I was like kind of running out of space, which I actually didn't think would happen. I thought I'd have more than enough space, which I probably would have if I just, done things a little differently. But enough of that. So there isn't actually a wine cellar in here. Although, please feel free to put one in if that tickles your fancy. I really should have had a wine cellar, now that I think about it. I'm also I just can't seem to help myself yawning a bit again. Because, 2 a.m. and all that kind of jazz. Still haven't heard anything about the job, though. Hoping, crossing fingers, all that jazz. I did get an idea for a story for Nano, though. I don't know, I spoke about that in one of the other videos, Nano being NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. And I got an idea for this kind of steampunky, weird, kind of satirical, kind of Frankensteinian thing. It's weird. It's really weird. I still haven't quite gotten over the kind of concept pages that I've written down myself already. But yeah, I did put those bamboo, by the way, into the fountains deliberately. And I put in a bubble blower because, if you're going to be trapped underground this long, you might like being stuck in a daze for the better part of your days living down here. So I did that. I put in a chess table, just so we can keep building the skills. When you're trapped down here, you want to do that. I also decided to put a couple of the big planters down here on the first floor, I suppose. technically second basement level, because, you know, to plant some of the trees, the single story height of the greenhouse wouldn't be enough. So you do have a 2-story height place where you can grow trees. So that shouldn't be a problem. See, here I am again. I'm just sticking stuff into the storeroom so that it actually looks like a storeroom. I think you can take out the fish that you keep in your aquarium and it keeps them fresh. And then I think you can actually cook the fish. So, you know, if you want to play it like strictly by the book, because you can cook anything in the game. We all know that. We all know you can cook whatever you want. It'll just appear out of nowhere. But, you know, if you want to play this like right, then you only cook stuff that you have the ingredients for. You know, that would be not cheating. That would be fair. If you play in this bunker, you should play in the bunker with only ingredients that you've grown or harvested from your fish tank or whatever other way you find to make food. That should be the way it's done. So if you want to bake shit or, you know, make elaborate meals or whatever, then you better start up a garden and a herb garden and forget about eating anything that's not fish. I'm very sorry. Unless there's lobster, you know, I guess you can't actually catch a lobster and put it into the tank, but we'll pretend that you can, and you can make yourself lobster thermidor or whatever the lobster dish is in Sims 4. I can't seem to remember. I can't seem to remember if there's lobster thermidor in Sims 4 all of a sudden. What the hell? Anyway. So here I'm plonking down a whole lot of different decorations in the hallway at first. Like, I was trying to decide what would look nice. Again, make it look homey and lived in. And I just couldn't help while I was doing this. I was sitting here thinking, yeah, okay, so we're going to put in all these reminders, all these books and pictures and posters and Lord knows what else that just reminds you of the world that you left behind and that has more than likely gone down the gutter. You know, what a lovely way to spend the next X amount of years of your life. How lovely, how marvelously wonderful. I'm just using that. It's again a trick that I learned from, you know, one of the other Sims builders. You know, from way too much watching Sims build, again with the tongue tied. You know, using that trick to kind of alt move things around on the same level. And then, you know, back to the study area. I wasn't quite sure, you know, what else to put in here. I think I already changed the computers out and putting in this nice little comfortable seating area, the computers and whatnot, so you can study. And then I had the bright idea to stick up all those, you know, kind of end of the world is a toxic waste posters. I know they're actually, you know, I think they're meant to be like a band's posters or whatever in the game. But to me, I was just like, yeah, that's the world now. Fill up your study with Cold War posters to remind you why you're stuck underground with nothing but a fake garden, fake sunlight, and no meat. I would die. If I had to live underground, I would probably take, you know, I would take like goats or sheep or chickens, something to get, you know, meat or meat products, or I would just fill up on biltong. I would fill up, or I would get a gigantic freezer and, you know, I would go and buy several carcasses, like the whole thing. Just give me the whole damn thing and chuck it in that freezer so that I would have meat for the foreseeable future. Even if it meant that I could only eat meat twice a week or something like that to make it last, I don't care. I'd make it last. I can't survive without meat. I would die. I am a carnivorous person by nature. I'm South African. We live off meat and potatoes and those kind of things. You know, we have vegetarians, but generally the rest of us just look at those guys and go, okay, were you born in South Africa? Are your folks, your family, are they South African? Are you sure? Are you like sure? Because we eat meat down here, buddy. What do you mean you don't eat no meat? That's just wrong. Again, with the bedroom, I tried to kind of keep the calm colors and, calming kind of decorations. And I wanted everything to be very cozy and comfortable and homey. Again, because this is where you're going to spend most of your life. If an apocalypse. If the apocalypse goes... Oh, good. Now I'm deliberately tying myself in knots. Okay. Once the apocalypse comes, you want to spend it in comfort and, be able to pretend that the world is still okay, that you're still okay, that we're still okay. Everything is okay. Take a deep breath, Vex. Although I still want to bunker. Kita and I, you guys know Kita by now. If you don't, just go back and watch the videos from Monday. Or, no, Tuesday. From a couple of weeks ago, Monday. Okay, whatever. Just before the internet went down, those Monday videos with me and Kita. We talk about a lot of things, as we've mentioned. And as you'll see in a couple of other videos that we'd recorded back then, but because the internet had gone down, those videos will only be going up this week and next week and the week after. We have 2 builds that we did together. So the one is going to go up next week, Wednesday, and the other one is going to go up the Wednesday after that. Anyway, we talk about a whole lot of random shit. Just about everything and anything you can imagine. And it turns out that we're both kind of... Oh, I've forgotten the name for it now. The appropriate name for it. But we're both very prepared, for the apocalypse. We both kind of believe that there kind of should be an apocalypse because the world has kind of gone to hell, and the only way to fix it would be to dramatically reduce the population and make sure that everybody has a bitch of a time surviving. And if everybody is too busy trying to survive, maybe they'll stop thinking about destroying each other all the time, or why having different religions is such a big problem, or different countries, or, whatnot. Or you might end up with everybody fighting, just for a chance to survive in a piece of ground or a piece of land or whatever, a bit of supplies. But still, it would definitely cold weak. The people who aren't practical and intelligent enough to survive, that whole survival of the fittest thing, I'm good with that. If you can't survive the apocalypse, it's not my problem. And if you try and team up with me and Kita while we are surviving the apocalypse, and you try to slow us down, or you do slow us down, then your ass is going to get left behind, okay? We're not going to drag you along and endanger our lives trying to save you. And we do have a plan. It still needs to be fleshed out for a bit, I think, personally. But maybe that's just because I tend to be over-prepared a little sometimes. But we do have a plan, and, we'll be laughing about how everybody failed to survive once we take over what remains of the world. Oh, boy. Anyway, I left the bathrooms for last, as usual, because they are still the bane of my existence. I also, again, with this bathroom, it's supposed to be what would be in a normal house, like the guest bathroom. But I guess in this case, it's kind of like the bathroom for the kids, no matter what age they are. So, they'll grow up eventually. Even if going into the bunker, you can go into the bunker pregnant, pop out a couple of twins, and they'll still eventually, in that, 20, 30, 40 years span, they'll grow up. That's an interesting idea. I wonder if you can run 10 generations out of a bunker house. That would be so interesting. And you wouldn't actually be able to move anyone out. So you kind of have to practice population control, which you would have to do if this was like a real life situation. You'd have to control your bunker population. That would be such a good idea. Well, maybe not a good idea, but at least a cool idea, don't you think? I think so. That would be such a cool idea. Oh man, I should try that out. Like 10 generations all in a bunker. Maybe we'll do that. If you like that idea, let me know down in the comments down below. Also remember, I want to do coffee and comments again soon, hopefully. So leave me questions, suggestions, thoughts, and whatever else. But now, enjoy. And I hope you like this. Are you prepared for the apocalypse? That's right. It can happen here at any time. So prepare yourself and your family and invest in one of the new bunkers from the BeautiBunker range. That's right. You and your family can live out the apocalypse in style. Spend time with your family in one of our stylish living rooms. Enjoy a nice time by the fireplace or watch a few shows on the television. All beauty bunkers come equipped with countless reruns of Where is Bella, Crime Scene Instigators, and Everybody Loves the Land Grabs. Spend your evenings enjoying a delicious meal in the dining room, or watch as your darling wife prepares your food in our fully equipped kitchen. Each beauty bunker also comes with an aquarium for those of you who can't survive on only vegetables. This stylish home comes fully decorated with everything you might need, including countless How to Survive the Apocalypse manuals. Each bunker also comes equipped with monitoring equipment so that you can enjoy seeing just how badly the world outside is doing while you survive in luxurious comfort. Each bunker also caters to children, with all the learning equipment and programs already loaded for all their needs. Each room is also artfully decorated, with bathrooms for both those naughty youngsters and for Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad also get a private fireplace with a classically decorated bedroom in peaceful colours so that you can pretend in blissful ignorance that the apocalypse never happened. The master bedroom also comes fully equipped with everything you might need, including a private bathroom corner, shower, and toilet. For the more active Sims out there, there is also a fully equipped gym. And for those days where you've spent too much time pondering the horrible fate of the world, relax for a few minutes in the glorious spa area. You can also enjoy the fall garden with its simulated views, meditation area, bubble blower, and large planters for those trees that just won't grow in your greenhouse. The bunker also comes with pool area, barbecue, outside dining area, and bar. But wait, there's more. Order now and we'll throw in a dartboard, karaoke area, and massage chair just for that little added luxury. So what are you waiting for? Protect your family today and invest in the BeautiBunker range from Danger Gen Vex and The Sims 4. Remember, you can make a difference.